Students for Brexit founder Robert Langley referenced the extensive pro-EU bias in British universities and said he is often deterred from expressing his opinion among fellow classmates. Speaking to Express.co.uk, Mr. Langley said, "I feel very isolated. Just because everything has a pro-EU slant to it. Going to university, especially when there is so much pro-EU bias, I tend not to actually even speak in lectures anymore just because before Students for Brexit, I didn't feel comfortable in actually expressing my opinion through the fear of being branded as a bigot or an isolationist or whatever." Mr. Langley said he set up pro-Brexit campaign group Students for Brexit earlier this year to give a voice to the young Brexit supporters across Britain. The politics student said, "The main thing that was really getting on my nerves was the fact that young people have been almost claimed by, our future, our choice, or, for our future's sake. And there was nothing really coming from the Leave campaign." Mr. Langley added, "It dawned on me that actually a lot of young Leavers are shy or feel ashamed about being Eurosceptic and wanting to leave, so the main idea behind Students for Brexit was to, A, put a platform in place for young Leavers to actually have a say and, B, if there is a second referendum we have got the infrastructure in place to take a bright and positive message onto university campuses across the country." Brexit News, student says he feels isolated at university for voting for Brexit. Image, Getty, "I feel very isolated, just because everything has a pro-EU slant to it." Robert Langley, the Brexiteer, said he was surprised by the influx of young Leave supporters who have so far joined his campaign. The comments come after Prime Minister Theresa May issued a stern warning to EU leaders on Friday, insisting there will be a moment of crisis if the Brexit deal presented to MPs fails next week. The EU responded to the threat by appearing to announce a concession, which the Brexit secretary later said was the Brussels bloc simply attempting to rerun old arguments. The EU's latest proposal gives the UK the chance to leave the full UK-wide customs union of the Irish backstop mechanism in return to the Northern Ireland-only arrangement, which Mrs May has previously rejected. The Brexit discussions are set to continue into the weekend in hope of finding an agreement on the backstop before the withdrawal agreement is voted on by MPs on Tuesday. If the deal fails, MPs will be offered two separate votes, one on a no-deal Brexit and the other on requesting an extension to the two-year Article 50 negotiation process to delay EU withdrawal beyond March 29. Brexiteers issued a stern warning to Mrs May on Sunday and insisted her deal could soon be set to face another heavy defeat. Democratic Unionist Party (DUP) Nigel Dodd's deputy leader and former Brexit minister Steve Baker warned the political situation is grim, writing in the Sunday Telegraph. The pair warned an unchanged withdrawal agreement will be defeated firmly by a sizable proportion of Conservatives in the DUP if it is again presented to the Commons.